Alright, so on the bench today we have my father's old johnsered 2050. Now I've already taken a little peek inside of this. I know there is a little score, but of course I'm not set up. I gotta grab a few things and we'll talk about this. Alright, that's sort of better. I had to get a pair of gloves on because I took a chunk out of my hand. I want to try and keep that clean. So we got a little different angle today because I broke my mount. So we're on a little tripod. We'll show you the scoring in here. It's not an up and down scoring. There's a couple lines going around. And I have no idea how that would happen. The only thing I can figure is that it was stuck and someone rotated the cylinder. Maybe the edge of the ring scratched something. And we'll go with that. The piston looks excellent in it. So, let's see, probably 5/16 on those. Yep. Screen looks good. There we go. It doesn't appear to be an exhaust gasket. Alright, so the history on this saw is that it was given to my father and wasn't working that well, and someone else tired of fixing it. Anyway, Dad got it, and when it's cutting, it cuts. Like, it's unbelievable what this will do. But also unbelievable how much gas it burns. And then when it's hot, it doesn't like to start. So maybe a coil, but the gas consumption thing, maybe rings. So I think we'll end up putting a set of rings in it. Now I do have a cheap set of rings here. I just bought some economy parts. And that is 2 different screws. Nope, not that one. Anyway, we'll see if this fixes it. We might end up taking it apart again and putting a new cylinder in it. Okay, what do we have here? Alright, we need to grab some Torx. I would say this has been taken apart several times, and I say that because it seems like there's 20 different fasteners in it. This one. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Nope, there it is. Oh my goodness, so many parts. Okay, there. That is, yeah, that's the throttle linkage. We don't have to take that off. So on these ones, your throttle is down through the bottom, not through the top. Like I say, I don't think we have to take that off. We use that filter. Alright. Now is there another one? Yeah, there's the other one. There's another one down in here. That's shorter than the rest. Okay. There's that. Alright. I see one issue. Get some air in there. Alright, so that throttle cable goes in behind that screw and then into there. Man. Alright. Usually with these, you go full throttle, then you can pull these out. Well, this one really doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Alright, there's the carburetor. Now the problem I seen is this fuel line was kinked right off. You can still see where the kink was. The lighting's not very good. Anyways, right there. Okay. Now this plate's got to come off, and like everything else, it's got a half a dozen different screws in it. So one plastic screw, one missing screw, and then two random whatevers. Looks like they're both 10 mils. Maybe. No. That one's a 3/8. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere, I think. So we got 4 screws in the bottom. That's going to separate the crankcase from the cylinder, but first I got to pull off this coil. Alright, we've got two wires here that went to that bottom screw. Let's pull that off. And looks like we can just unplug that and get that out of our way. Alright. Carburetor gasket. What do we got here? Oh, that's a vent. There's the other one. There's a lot of little pieces in these. This is why, you know, something like this, it's worth working on, but you take a cheap saw like a Poulon or any of those disposable ones, well, you got a couple $100 worth of labor by the time you're done. This all only costs $200, so okay. So there's a broken wire. That was one of the coil wires. Yeah, so that went to the kill switch. I do remember last time I used this, I think I only used it once. You had to choke it to kill it, and that's why. Alright. Alright, hit this with air again. Trying to keep some of the dirt down off of it. The piston is down, so... Don't need to listen to that. So those screws in the bottom are 5/16 or 8mm. So these here, they go right through the crankcase right up into the cylinder. Alright, what do we got? We have, looks like there's an O-ring seal around the outside that looks pretty good still. Let's get a flashlight. I don't know, this cylinder's in pretty bad shape. Oops. So I don't know how well that's going to show up. But someone has reamed it, or not reamed it, but honed it. They didn't do a very good job. The exhaust port. Yeah, so it looks to me like, yeah, for sure. So this cylinder, let's try a different light there. Alright, this is the exhaust side that you're seeing. You can see it was scarred up, and somebody sanded that cylinder, and it sanded pretty deep. I'm going to try honing it. I'm going to clean this up. We'll try honing that. I do have a flex hone. Let's take a look at this piston. So this is interesting. This is why I only ordered the rings. If you take a look at this piston, it still has the machining marks on it. So somebody has sanded that cylinder and put new piston rings in it. So let's get you guys on pause. We'll clean this up and see if I can get that looking any better. Okay, so here's what I figured out. Whatever piston this is, it's not the one that came with this saw, or I've made a mistake when I ordered, because these rings are supposed to be 1.5 by 44, and there's the ring. I put a ring in just to check the end gap, and the end gap is about as good as you could ever hope for. So it doesn't need rings. The ring is good. I'm pretty sure that ring is bigger. I'm going to grab calipers. Okay. I don't know where my good ones are, but I got some little cheap ones Let's see. Actually, you know what? They're the same. They look like they're narrower, but they're not. They are. That's very, very minimal. Okay, so they are the same rings, but I'm not going to change them. I'm going to keep these because that ring that on the piston is just near perfect. And the cylinder did clean up nicely. Get a light. There we go. And it didn't take very much. It only took 2 or 3 seconds. I know that's not. Anyway, so we got a nice crosshatch now. There's ever so slight little scoring mark right here. You can't feel it. You can hardly see it. I think it's going to be a lot better than it was before. The only problem is I can't put it together right now. So we're going to do a part 2 to this. The reason I can't put it together is because my parts washer is almost empty. It's a brand new parts washer. When I came home, the top was open, so I think my father was stealing my parts washing fluid, which is kerosene, to light fires, and I don't have enough to pump and clean the abrasive compound out of that. So I'll get that replaced, and then I'll clean this up because I got to put this whole. I gotta take this whole thing and put in there and clean everything. So we'll get that done. We'll do I'll get it all cleaned up, and then we'll do a part 2 for putting it back together. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video, and we'll see you on part 2.